wanted to go over some big picture stuff with you. It's been 6 practices now you've been on the field with this team. Just what do you see as the potential of this defense right now?
Well, it's young. We're very young, but I like the character of the guys. They do a good job in the classroom. For the most part, I think we've got high standard and expectation guys. So in the long run, as they go through this process of learning a new defense, learning positions, learning terms and language and all of that, I trust that the great character that they bring to it is going to be helpful.
How much of a change will fans see, and how much of a change are these players embracing right now as compared to what they were asked to do in previous seasons from what you've seen on film?
Well, that maybe, Jack's a little hard for me to answer. I watched, film. I didn't, more for evaluation of personnel. Obviously, I get some scheme idea to some things that they did that were, close to what we do. But I think overall it's fairly dramatic for the players, and it will look different, to the fans. Bottom line is defense has been strong here, done very well. That's the bottom line. No matter what you do, you need to succeed. So we'll be different, and expectations the same, that we'll play good defense.
Hold down yards, hold down points, but beyond that, adjectives. What kind of characteristics do you want to see from this defense on the field?
Aggressive. Starts with attitude and aggressiveness.
6 practices in, it's early to be asking for individual evaluations, but that said, there have got to be some guys who have jumped out at you when you go into that meeting room. Have there been guys who consistently after each practice you've said, this guy really gets it, or this guy is really excelling?
Too early, Jack, to say that, because you said consistency. So there's no consistency. Now there's flashes of the, some of the physical traits that a number of our players have. So that you see that here and there, but got to see it all the time. And that's what we're building towards. And again, aggressive, like I said before, we got to get him comfortable in the scheme. So again, those physical traits show up, and we see them consistently.
And everybody talks about Jalen, and you're moving him around a lot. What is his potential, and what is it about him that allows you to put him in many different places on the field with an expectation of success?
Well, first and most important is he can learn. So he's got a good feel for the game. He's closer to seeing the big picture of football, although that's still developing. And then the physical traits are obvious, where he can play a number of positions based on his ability.
For you, you've had a high level of success in both college and the NFL. You're not being asked to do anything here you haven't done in the past. But that said, anytime you change jobs, there's an adjustment period. How has that adjustment period been for you so far here at Notre Dame?
Well, I think it's been easy. Brian's established a very good culture here, so I'm walking into a good culture. The players bring high standards and expectations to the building every day. So the adjustment from that standpoint has been much easier than many situations, that I've walked into. The process of development on the field's, very similar. And so that first year it's difficult. New techniques, new language, it takes time.
Every place has its own culture. Notre Dame has a culture that's different from every place else. So does Georgia. So did the Jets. But whenever they talk about people coming in here, they talk about a good fit. And obviously, Coach Kelly said, you're a very good fit to this place. How has that adjustment been, and how do you like being here?
Well, I love being here, being a part of Notre Dame, and, growing up in the Midwest in Michigan, very familiar with Notre Dame's history. And I just, again, I think the character of the kids, my age, my experience, the character in your rooms has become more and more important to me. And to show up every day with just a great group of guys is, to me, brings energy. That brings my energy to a bunch of guys. You want to do well, you want to coach well for them, you want to be a major part of their development and be positive in their football life, So it's just been great.